My name is Brianna. It makes me think of a rainy day when the ocean is calm and it freezes outside.
What you're hearing is a group poem about names, the meaning of them, and who gave them to us. The students are being taught how to write and express themselves through poetry.
I am from a place that people get on your nerves.
I'm from DeSoto where people just won't shut up.
I'm from a neighborhood where you can hear a pin drop.
For 10 weeks, 6th and 7th grade English and language arts students of Mr. Billingsley and 7th grade English students of Miss Lundy at Noble School in Detroit learned the ins and outs of writing poetry. The program, spearheaded by the Renaissance chapter of the Links, is an organization of accomplished women linked in friendship and service, committed to positively impacting outcomes affecting life in Metro Detroit.
The arts program itself, this year we incorporated a partnership with Inside Out that I think is very good for our students because it has allowed a catharsis and it's helped with their self-esteem and their expression. And to me, that is a healthy thing when we look at how we work with our students so they can better understand themselves.
What I want you guys to do is go back and rewrite your memory, putting all the candy in place of the things around you, right? I go outside and I see clouds of marshmallows.
One of the teachers involved is Sharina Sharp, a writer in residence at Inside Out Literary Arts Project. The Links partner with Inside Out in order to provide participating schools with professional writers to teach and mentor these students.
It really is a joy to work with these students. They're so sweet and so wonderful and really like reaffirming. I mean, I write because I like to write, but I teach because I want them to have that feeling that you have when you write, where you're able to control things, you're able to make yourself into a star, a performer, and to watch that growth from the beginning of the year to the end. When they were on stage, I was so proud of them. I was so excited for them.
Inside Out has been in existence for 15 years. It started as a classroom project that I was doing with young people when I was teaching creative writing, and it was an exploration for me to see how students would become excited about poetry and personal about poetry, and how poetry could change the way they thought about language and the way they thought about themselves. And I saw that if you brought in real writers, real practicing writers into the classroom, that it could implement that and expand that incredibly.
I am LeBron James, getting ready to make the winning shot.
My name is Marcel, and it means Noble Warrior!
7th grader and Noble Warrior Marcel Pongratz says he didn't always like poetry, but he does now.
Now I like it. Poetry is fun, and it's not always about rhyming. It just has to make some sort of sense.
What was once thought as unimportant, many of the students have gained an appreciation for poetry in the process of learning it.
I like that she wanted us to use our brain, like to make us think about some of the stuff that we wrote and some of the things that we did. Because some of us, we just wrote down anything, but she came back and said, okay, well, what about, think about this.
Before she came, I didn't like poetry, but now I do. And poetry is like your own, how do I say this? It's like your own way of writing. Like you can write it how you want it. Like you don't have to listen to no one else. Is like yo writing and stuff. So like whatever you're thinking, you can just write it down.
I really didn't think much about it, but it came to me when she started coming with the classes and stuff. Telling stories like from childhood.
Remember to be strong. Don't get up here tomorrow and be small. Be big. Talk loud.
Is this a learning experience only for the students? Not necessarily.
I loved what she did with Candy and the students, the descriptions, and I thought that the poems turned out just beautifully. Poetry was something that the kids got exposed to that I was not capable of teaching at the level that Ms. Sharp taught it at.
It got to the point where students would even ask me, Mr. B, did you get that from Ms. Sharp? I said, I sure did. I said, she's a lot smarter than I. And I said, that's part of the learning community. What we want to do is learn to find out what others' strengths are and obviously she's a writing professional, and definitely she brings a lot to the table. And so I definitely was able to learn a lot from her.
The students learn to think and express themselves in ways that have been somewhat foreign to them.
Start at the top of your voice.
Well, I think she's an excellent person, and I think she's very talented and helped us out the best way she can within poetry and helping us understand different things.
I'm a trumpet. Blasting, blaring. It can be as easy as that.
Performance artist Sean Sharp has assisted Inside Out and the Links in non-traditional ways.
I've seen these kids be able to express themselves in a way that I wouldn't have thought that they would have. And I think that the effectiveness of the program really centers around the students, which is something rare in this type of work.
I thought it would be fun because when he came, he started. We was like playing games to get warmed up for today, and since we were playing them, we got real better.
I think he was pretty much good help too, because he did help us out a lot within formation and getting our poems together and doing the performance.
Sean brings all the extra energy to kind of like hone all of these energies that the students have, these different various energies. Sean is like the hub, you know, so they have somewhere to still have fun, but channel all of their excitement into something productive.
I'm a stitch in the body, waiting to be healed. If you start aching, then I'll give you a pill.
The 10 weeks of learning, the 10 weeks of creative self-expression, and the 10 weeks of smiles and laughter have led to this final day, the day of the performance.
If I could rename myself, it would be after my father, LaVon Buckley. He's a very strong person. He loves and cares. He understands. He's fair. That's why I would be named after my dad. Woo, 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 woo.
I'm water flowing over all the branches that the wind has knocked down. I make the world a better place by using my water to rinse all the hurt and hate away.
I am from a place where kids running around while loud music is playing.
It's like a glimpse of heaven, you know, to have students to be focused and to learn something in that process and then enjoy it. So it was like the best of both worlds, you know, having them do something, have fun doing it, and something that they can do, you know, for hopefully for the rest of their lives, because writing and poetry is something that we all can appreciate.
So from what I've seen, I did come early in the program to watch students when they were beginning to write, and to see them perform today, you know, it was a very successful 10-week program. And I'm always encouraged when I see a student who's, you know, not very confident, pretty shy, just, you know, get their voice and their wings and really soar. So I think it's just another avenue. You know, math and science is very important, but self-expression is something kids need to learn early, hold on to, and it will carry them very far. So I think this is very important.
I want the students to leave with confidence in expressing their creativity and expressing themselves, because I think that confidence really is the root of everything. If you don't believe in yourself, you never try new things.
I want the kids more than anything to leave with this ability to look at themselves and know that they can do whatever it is they set their minds out to do, which sounds really cliche. But in the very beginning of the year, when we talked about writing a poem, they were like, we can't write poems. And they have hundreds of poems. I mean, I was leafing through books with all of these poems. And then when they were presented with the stage, they're like, we can't get up there. And they've just performed in front of their entire school. I mean, all these things that they thought that they can't do, they can totally do. They just believe in themselves.